the holes in the julienne. Aren't those beautiful? They're so pretty. Got my beets all cleaned. 6 cups of vinegar. I use white vinegar. That's 4 cups. I go through a lot of vinegar in the summer. There's 6 cups. 3 cups of water. 2 cups of sugar. If you want them sweeter, the recipe actually calls for 2.5 to 3 cups, but I like mine just a little less sweet. And then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of canning salt. Okay, this is going on the stove until the sugar dissolves. I always wash my jars in the dishwasher right before I'm ready to can so that they're nice and warm and clean. I'm doing 9-pint jars. Before they go in the dishwasher, I feel the rims to make sure there's no imperfections. Because if there's any little chips or anything, your jars won't seal. And then I'm also gonna feel them again before I start filling the jars. And I always wash a couple extra in case there's an issue. And now we're gonna start filling the jars. Just gonna start scooping the beets in. Just do that to all the jars. I have 6 jars filled. I'm gonna set those aside because I've been wanting to try some julienned beets like they have on salad bars. I'm gonna use the smaller size. Just gonna start the beet and then press it down. Let's see what oh yeah, that is perfect. Won't those be amazing on salad? Okay, so I'm gonna do that to probably most of these. Okay, let's see how many jars this will fill. I don't know how or why, but almost every time I can, I have the exact amount of what I need. So I have 9 pints exactly. There's not a beet left. I was also gonna tell you if your jars are not quite full enough, but you can't fit a whole one in, I just kind of have some to fit them where they're needed. Look at how beautiful those turned out. I am so excited to have these ready to go for salad. Now we're gonna fill each jar with the brine we made. I was taught to always put a knife in the jar. We're gonna use that to debubble. Fill with the brine, being an inch of headspace. I fill it to the bottom ring. I just move the knife around just a little to make sure there's no bubbles. Continue doing that until they're all full. I have a little brine left. I'm not gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna put it in a Tupperware in my fridge and use it for my next batch when I can next time. You can also use it for things like pickled onions or other vegetables you wanna pickle with a sweet pickling mix. I still boil my lids. I know you don't have to do that anymore, but I still do it. Now take a clean dishcloth or paper towel and make sure you're wiping your rims really well. I can tend to be a messy canner. If you have stuff on your rims, it can prevent it from sealing. All my rims are clean, jars are full, so I'm gonna take my lids and put them right on top. And then take your clean rings and put them on finger tight. You don't wanna over tighten these. All my jars are ready to go. I have my water bath canner. I fill it about 1/3 of the way full. I'm gonna turn the heat on between medium and high heat. We have really hard water, so I'm gonna add a splash of vinegar just to help the jars come out clean. I know that looks dirty, but it's just our hard water. Jar rack is in the canner. Now we're gonna fill it with the jars. My canner holds 9 pints or 7 quarts. I'm the only one who eats beets, so I don't really like to do quarts because I don't eat them fast enough. Okay, now we're just gonna drop them in the water slowly. And you want to do it slowly so the jars can get used to the temperature of the water it's going in. You wanna make sure you have at least 1 to 2 inches of water over the tops of the jars. So we're gonna put the lid on. Once this comes to a boil, we'll set the timer for 30 minutes. It's been 30 minutes. We're gonna take the lid off and we're gonna let it sit for 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes. Now it's time to take them out. I'm just gonna sit them on a towel and they need to sit for 24 hours. Once the 24 hours is up, make sure they've all sealed and then you can put them away. Oh, did you hear the pop? So they're starting to seal already. And that pop when you're canning is the best sound ever. Here's the holes you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them if I can. See how the top of that lid is domed right there? That is not sealed yet. This one has popped in, so it's sealed.